Everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my first video since I cut my hair, so this is my hair now. But anyway, today I'm gonna show you guys how to do a fresh, youthful, simple makeup look, especially for those of you who are beginners. I know what I know, and natural makeup looks are something I know how to do and do well, so I'm just gonna show you guys. I know most of the time I would just do the makeup and like tell you what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try my best to make this video more instructional and give you guys some tips and tricks on how to do this. So alright, first things first, we're gonna start with primer. I'm gonna be using this Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is pretty pricey, and as of now this is the only pore reducing primer or like pore filling slash blurring primer that I own. I kind of got rid of all the other ones that I had because I realized I don't really like them that much and they don't work that well, but this one works very well for the price, so this is the one I'm keeping. For me, my skin concern is that I have a lot of pores on my nose and like my T-zone area, and I just still have a lot of texture from, you know, acne in the past. A lot of it comes from me picking at my own pimples when I know I'm not supposed to. And this one just blurs out and fills in everything really beautifully. If you're not someone whose main concern is filling in your pores and making your skin look smooth, but you do want to like moisturize your face a little bit and like give it a little bit of a dewy glow before you put on foundation, I would suggest the Milani Prime Light Primer. This one is a strobing and pore minimizing primer, and it's oil free. And since I already put the pore minimizing primer like in the center of my face, I'm gonna take this and put it like on the tops of my cheekbones and some places where I want it to be a little bit more dewy. Now that our face is all prepped, we can move on to tinted moisturizer, or in my case, CC cream. So the CC cream I have here is the Your Skin But Better by It Cosmetics. I did a whole review on this with Annabelle, and I'll put a card up below. This doesn't withstand all types of weather. It definitely goes on a lot better during the winter months because it is very hydrating, but I would say if you're going for something very lightweight and you still want your skin to be moisturized and dewy looking and natural looking, then this is really good. And you only need a small amount to do like this natural makeup look because it is very high coverage. I'm just gonna dot it all over my face. Then I'm gonna take my fingers and just rub it in. Now normally my skin isn't in such good shape, but today it is, so I didn't even use all of what was on my hand, but I do have a zit here that I kind of picked at and need to cover. And normally I would say use the same thing that you're using and just layer it, but I really want to make sure that this gets covered, and it's kind of dark and pretty large. So I'm gonna take this NYX Cosmetic HD concealer in the color beige, and I'm just gonna dab it on my pimple and some other spots that I have going on. And then I'm gonna take my ring finger and just pat it. See, now it's pretty much covered. It's not perfect. It's not like it wouldn't show if I took photos with like a really high quality camera or if I were in like really superb lighting, but just for everyday purposes, this is decently covered and no one's gonna be like, oh my god, you have a giant scab there. For this whole look, I wanted to make sure that I was using products or had products to show you guys that you could use with just your fingers, because not everyone has brushes, and brushes are kind of like a whole ordeal to use, especially if you're a makeup beginner. They're kind of tricky to learn how to work with, so your fingers are your best friends really. And today I have the Fenty Beauty matchsticks in the color Mocha. If you've been seeing my previous videos during the summer, you know like this has been my favorite contouring product because it goes on really smooth and it's blendable, but once it sets to like a very powdery finish that doesn't cake up. It just looks like a semi-matte finish. This is where like my cheekbones are, like you can feel around your face and feel where your face goes inside. So I'm just gonna draw a line here and here, then blend it with my finger. And when you're blending, I would say blend in the area, make sure like it diffuses itself, but try to keep it from going too low or else your cheekbones will just not look as chiseled. And then I'm just gonna use the same technique to contour my nose and give my face a little bit more dimension. So what I did is I put it like the line following my eyebrow into my nose bridge, and that's like the most natural place to put your contour product in if you want to like have the impression of a higher set nose. Okay, so that wasn't that much, but now my face looks a little bit more defined instead of just being this flat egg shape. And what I'm actually going to do for my eyelids is I'm going to take the same product and put it on my ring finger and put it over here like so. And for me personally, I'm going to put it like where my teeny tiny crease is and a little over. Now we're going to move on to blush. For blush today, I'm going to be using a cream product. You don't have to use a cream product, but I'm just showing you this because this is something you can use with your fingers. Also, a good option is if you have them, you can use the Glossier Cloud Paints. I'll put a link down below. That's my rep page, and if you shop from there, you can get, I think, 20% off your first order and free shipping on any order that is $30 plus. So go check that out. The Glossier Cloud Paints are really good to just literally finger paint on your face, and they come in 6 colors. But just for the purpose of this video and like convenience, I'm gonna show you this product by Stila. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and use your third finger and your ring finger. You can put blush wherever you want, but for me, I put it at the tops of my cheekbones and a little bit more diffused because I want my cheekbones to look really sculpted and high. And my face is already pretty round, so if I put blush in a diagonal higher motion, then it'll kind of draw the attention more up and lift my face in the way that I want it to. But if you're not sure how much you want, always go in with a little bit at a time and then you can build it up. But if you put on too much on the first try, then it's hard to take it off. So always go a little bit at a time. And that goes for anything. That goes for foundation, for primer, for eye makeup, for anything really. Just do a little bit at a time and then build up if you want more. This next step is optional depending on your skin type. I have combination skin that gets pretty oily on the center of my face, so I'm going to powder. But if you have pretty dry skin and like this is enough hydration for you, and you know the creamy products that we use in this video are just right for your skin, just skip this step. But since it is pretty humid out in this weather, I'm gonna powder my face. So here I have the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte blotting powder. I was really impressed by this product because it looks white in the pan, but it looks like literally nothing on your skin. And when I bought it at Sephora, I asked this stupid question to the person who worked there, being like, does this have flashback? Like, will it give me a white cast? Like, does it look good on all skin tones? And I thought about who made this product, and I was like, Annie, think about who made this. Rihanna made this. Would Rihanna make anything that would make like people with darker skin tones look whiter or like weirdly ashy? No, it's Rihanna. Rihanna made this. Like, why are you even, that's not even a question. So it does what it says. It's really nice. It's really finely milled. It's translucent. It leaves no weird ashy white cast. There's no flashback, and it just gives your skin this nice like blurred effect, and I really like it. So I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush. This is a powder blush by Real Technique. So if you're going to use like setting powder, I would recommend getting a brush that looks like this. If you can see, it's also very fluffy. So if you're looking for like basic brushes like this one, get something that looks like this. So I'm just gonna go in a patting motion where I want the powder to be. I'm just gonna put it on the center of my face. And a good tip to know is to make sure you powder your eyebrow area, especially since we haven't done our eyebrows yet. Because if your eyebrows are greasy from like whatever skincare product you use, your foundation and whatnot, whatever eyebrow product you put on top of it is just gonna slip and slide. But if you powder your eyebrow, then whatever product you put on top of it has something to grip onto, and then it won't slide off your face. Okay, now that our face is all done and powdered, we're gonna move on to eyebrows. And today we're gonna be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, which is actually a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And the color I'm using is Ash Brown, which is pretty much the same color as medium brown in the Anastasia line, and it's just literally an ash brown. And yeah, we're just gonna use this. This is where my teaching ability is very limited because I don't really have a good system of filling in my brows. Every day is a little bit different. I don't really have my technique all set and done. So whatever I am telling you is what works for me. I'm not saying that it'll automatically work for you, but I will try my best to explain what I'm doing. So basically I start out by outlining the bottom of my brows. Like so, just to like get the general flow of my eyebrow shape, and then I'll outline the top as well and follow the natural shape that my overall brow has. So now we kind of have this like weird outline going on. And then I'll just fill in the gaps with light strokes. And I'll start from the back of the brow, like from the tail of the brow, because that's where it's okay to have it be a little bit darker, because that's where most people don't have as many brow hairs as they would like. But just go with a even lighter and lighter hand as you go towards the like inside of the brow. Alright, so that's pretty much it for my brows. There's really nothing special to it, and from here what I'm gonna add is some brow gel. This brow gel is something I talk about all the time. It's the Glossier Boy Brow. This is my second tube, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need a third one sometime soon because I go through this really quickly, and I use this even on days where I haven't used a brow pencil or any like brow product like filling in. Sometimes if I am feeling really lazy but I still want my brows to look really nice, I'll just use this and it'll make my brows look fuller than they actually are. It's pretty amazing. So for this product I use pretty much the same logic. I start from the middle of the brow and then I work it towards the ends, and then I go back with whatever's left on the spoolie and then brush up the front of my brow. Because if you start with a lot of product in the front, then you're gonna get caterpillar brows, and I don't think anyone really wants their brows to look unnatural and caterpillar-like. So we're just gonna start from the middle. This definitely isn't the best way to do your brows. There are plenty of other people out there who like have really mastered the art of eyebrows. They're so precise and so beautiful, but this is certainly not it. This is for just those of you who want to learn how to fill your brows in and make them look fluffy, but not like perfect. So this is how I do my brows. We're moving on to the eyes. I've zoomed you guys in a little bit more, and first things first, I'm going to use an eyelash curler. I'm going to try my best to get as close to my lash line, and then I'm going to press once and then move a little bit, and then press a second time, and then a third time. So you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. We'll do this side, but I'll be facing the front. Now both sides are beautifully curled, and we're going to move on to eyeliner. I'm using this Smashbox, what is this called? This is called the Always Sharp Waterproof Co-Liner. It's always sharp because it has this twist cap that has a sharpener on the inside. So when you take it out, this tip is always going to be sharp. And we're going to do this thing called tight lining. Tight lining is basically when you take a kohl eyeliner like this and kind of fill in the gaps between the root of your lashes so that it looks like you have a fuller lash line. And that'll usually not only make it look like you have fuller lashes, but also give your eye a more defined look without having to do much. This is probably something a lot more applicable to people with my eye shape, but I like to start in the middle, like where the middle of my pupils are, because if I start tight lining from the very inside, I learned that it kind of can close off my eye look. So I start from the middle and then go back. I take this little end here and I kind of follow the line of my lower lash line and kind of bring it up like this. And my honest trick is that I just kind of use my fingers to blend out the harsh edges. And to top off the eye look, we're going to use mascara. I have here the Glossier Lash Slick. This one is a pretty natural one. This formula is made to lengthen and separate your lashes, so this brush tip really combs through all of your lashes. So as before, I'm just going to look slightly down. I think the tip to doing this and not poking your eyeball out is to tilt your chin a little bit up and then look down, but not close your eyes completely, and then just work very slowly. So this mascara holds a curl really well, and it's also very lightweight, so you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. It's clearly lengthened my lashes very well, and it's lightweight enough that it's not going to make my lashes droop back down after you put in all that hard work curling them. Now we're going to move on to highlighter. Because we already powdered our face, it's going to be a little bit difficult to use a cream highlighter. I do have a cream highlighter that I really like. It's the Milk Makeup Holographic Stick, and this is in the color Mars. It's a holographic peachy highlighter, and if you really want to use this over a powdered face, I would say don't take the stick directly on your face because it is coconut oil based, so it'll move everything that you put underneath. Use the same technique that we used when we used the Fenty matchsticks on our eyelids. Just take your finger, rub it around, really like use the warmth of your hand to melt the product onto your fingers like so, and then just tap it. Tap, 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 tap. But another highlighter recommendation I have is the Anastasia and Amrezy collaboration highlighter. I've seen this highlighter used on a lot of different skin tones on Instagram, and everyone who uses this looks like they're just natural. So I'm going to take this, use my ring finger, and just layer that on top of where I put that milk highlighter, and woo! And I like to put that on the tip of my nose, like here. The bridge of my nose, but not all the way down. Make sure when you put it down, you kind of end here, so that it doesn't look like your nose is super long. And lastly, for lips, I have two options here. I have a nude option and kind of like a juicy fruity option. So this is the 3CE by Style Nanda Glow Jam Stick. So it's basically, I'm just gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. It's basically this really bright lip balm, like a tinted lip balm. And since I already have a chapstick on, if I layer this on top of it, it'll go on really sheer and really nice. I'll show you right now. I personally have been really rocking and loving this look recently, but if you don't like this kind of like red poppy kind of color, you just want something nice and muted and nude, I also have this color over here. It's the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the color Carnal. I kind of went over my lip line but very softly with my finger. It makes your lips look a little bit more pouty but still soft and natural. All in all, like, this video was really fun for me to film, and I really enjoyed like going back to the absolute basics and just telling you guys what my tips and tricks are just from the years and years of experimenting with my own face and having lots of errors and trials and all that. So let me know if you like this type of video. I can certainly make more of these. Like, I could do a how to contour where we would just focus on contouring, and I could also do a how to do winged eyeliner for, you know, people with my eye shape, because a lot of Asians have like super monolids and some Asians have really Western looking eyelids, but I rarely see people with my eye shape. So if you look like me and you're struggling to figure out how the heck am I supposed to put on winged eyeliner, then I can make a video for that. I don't know. Maybe this will become a series, maybe it'll not, but I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something today. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like my videos in general, go watch them. There's a bunch over there. And if you like them, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.